Today on Cosmic Disclosure, we're with former U.S. Marine Mike Herrera. Mike, could you elaborate a little bit more on this nonlinear frequency radionic system through your experience? How does it, operate to actually, so the person benefits from these energies?
Correct. So my personal experience with this is being hooked up to one of these devices. And what it does, and it takes a very long time to have this happen, but it hits your body with 886,000 different frequencies. Now, the way that I can explain this so somebody can understand this is almost like echolocation. So if you're making a certain sound and that's emitted back, well, that's a positive registry.
That's right, it's all harmonic.
Correct. So they're hitting with a harmonic frequency on that. It registers back that, okay, for example, for me, it picked up a lot of different bacteria, viruses that I had no idea that I had in my body, along with osteoporosis, which has been mitigated to an extent too. So when it registers a certain frequency that it comes back to, that's what it's elaborating to is, okay, this certain frequency means that this person has this. So then they use the same type of technology to put into purified water to hold that frequency as like an antidote. So when you ingest that frequency, it's still hammering down on that level, harmonic frequency, to actually alleviate the symptoms and actually the causes of what's creating these problems. So having the benefit of that, not only having the experience of feeling 20 years younger, no joke, energy levels are through the roof, appetites through the roof, which I haven't had in years. So this is something that is potentially could be readily available to everybody here in the future. And I would encourage people to take this because you get to know about yourself on a deeper level, on a cellular level, not even just with DNA, but just the atoms and molecules that your body.
Right, it goes all the way down to the DNA, the RNA, and the chromosomes.
Correct. And it even detects things that aren't even onset yet, that are come from a genetic predisposition that you may have. And I personally benefited from that.
Well, Mike, that sounds like it was a reverse engineered extraterrestrial type of device. Is that something that also is going to be disclosed at some point?
I believe it will. I think it'd be one of the first things if everything is going the way that it will. And granted, it's a tug of war between this. And it's not going to happen overnight, but eventually people will have benefit to that technology to help our bodies heal and help mitigate the problems. Now, what people understand is this technology just went back all the way to World War II.
Right. And do you think that people will be able to accept extraterrestrial technology and extraterrestrials?
I think this day and age, a lot of people are wanting that to happen. I think that's part of it. People don't want to be stuck in the same world that we're currently in. And the only way that we break free from those chains is through consciousness and consciousness-associated technologies. So
I'm hearing from you, disclosure is not just with the UAPs. There's so many other medical devices and aerospace, and it's just a plethora of different things.
And I'll put it this way, anything that you can think of that would make your life better is what would happen in a perfect world. And it's going to take some time. And we're talking about prolonging people's lifespans without having to induce any kind of chemicals. We're talking about harmonic frequencies that help the body. And water is a good conduit of energy. Everybody knows this. So if you're able to program that water, that purified water, and have it work for you instead of against you, which is what the carcinogens in the water system and supply in the fluoride, this is doing the exact opposite, but in a better sense.